Today's video is going to be a little bit more serious. It's going to be a little bit more in-depth. I'm going to tell you a story that you haven't heard yet. This is going to be no mumbo jumbo. I'm going to get straight to the point and explain you some stories and some really weird synchronicities about X. What is a synchronicity? A synchronicity is something that doesn't seem like a coincidence. It happens in your life so mysteriously, such as thinking of a word and then a radio station saying that exact same word, thinking of a person and then seeing them at the grocery store right behind you. So what do I want to say about synchronicities? Well, what I do want to say is that X is extremely spiritual. I've talked about this in this video right here, this book video, where I broke down every single book on X's bookshelf. I broke down that, and that explained how spiritual X was and the way that his mind worked. If you haven't seen, I'll have a link in the description as well. You can go listen to that right now, before you watch this or after it. But to get the point of this video, what I want to talk about is some of the weird synchronicities and some of the weird situations that happen in his life. I have a lot of fans and I have a lot of people that do watch this YouTube channel, and they've sent me some different screenshots, and I want to look into that right now. Here I have a screenshot of one of my subscribers who used to talk to Tankhead. Now, Tankhead is one of the members in Members Only, which is a group that X was associated with earlier in his life, and they had a few mixtapes together, such as this, and this. Now, this subscriber of mine went on to tell Tankhead Baphomet is the falsely demonized divine mother. She is Sophia, Lilith, Lucy, Lucifer. She's basically the earth itself, the Aurora Borealis. What is he talking about? Well, I think what he was trying to go into is Baphomet in the song I Spoke to the Devil in Miami. He said everything would be fine. Where X in that song talks about selling his soul to a devil in order to get his fame and his riches that he wants in his life. Such are the lyrics being spoke to a Baphomet. He said he would save me if I gave him one thing he needed. What is this thing I pleaded? Boy, it's the key to even. And as I spoke, my fangs were shown. Taken aback, he smiles and tells me, what you crave will soon be yours, but what I crave is already mine. Now, what is he talking about within this? Well, right here, he's talking about making a deal with the devil, making a deal with the Baphomet, a more Faustian deal, a deal where you give up part of yourself in order to get something in life, such as fame, riches, or the fortune that you do desire. And he's talking about doing this with somebody. Who would this person be? We have looked into this on this channel multiple times, and that's why I'm speed running it. But the thing that this truly is his manager at that time, back in 2017, 2016, Bruno. Bruno was the person who this is associated with, and I've really dug around the internet too to really understand this, because a lot of us were seeing this back then, that Bruno was a bad influence for X. Now, there's photos of X standing in front of this Baphomet symbol when he lived at Bruno's house, because X did live at Bruno's house. And this is Bruno also explaining what the Baphomet is, and if he is the Baphomet that X was referring to.
Smart question. Because most people don't even ask, they assume. Is it metaphorical? You know what? You're the first one to hit it on the dot. Thank you. That right there is a metaphor for myself. That's me. I am the fucking Baphomet.
Now, as you can see, that's inconclusive on what exactly we can infer from that video, but what I do see from that video is that Bruno is interlinked with this, and this Baphomet stuff does go back to him in some type of sense. Now, keep that in mind, because I'm going to be flip-flopping back to Bruno within this video. Now, looking back at this conversation that one of my YouTube subscribers had, he told Tankhead in April 2018 that Just Say is going to die soon. Time's running out, just warning you. I'm sure you're already aware. Just say. Him saying this is quite interesting. Him telling Tankhead before that this is gonna happen. Now, even back here, him saying long live in the back, which is quite interesting, because there you can see long live and X is performing in front of it. And Tankhead to this saying, you think he felt something coming? Where he said his brain is powerful. He would have seen his own death through the Akashic records. There's so many symbolisms here, looking at X and if he knew his death was coming or what was going to happen with that. But what I really want to translate over to within this conversation with you all, for everyone that I do still have right now in this conversation, when I mentioned Bruno, I looked into Bruno on the internet. I want to find some more conclusive evidence, more into Bruno, not the stuff that we've already talked about on this channel, not the stuff that we've seen floating around the internet, stuff that hasn't been discussed, stuff that we haven't looked into. And this is one of the things that has not been discussed. A story of a moth. The Moth Story, as I've titled this YouTube video, and as you're still watching this to understand what the Moth Story is. What I'd say about the Moth Story is the Moth Story is something so symbolic that Bruno said within a video that he posted on his YouTube channel. I'm going to try to post all the extensive parts of the clip, and I'll have the full video in my Discord below, because we don't want to get copyrighted. We want this video to be up and for more people to see it and understand what it is. But the story of the moth goes like this. On the day that X died, there was a moth, and moths are associated with the symbol of death. Now, knowing everything that did go down between them, they got some very weird feelings about this situation. I'll play the full clips for y'all so y'all can understand fully what I'm talking about.
How do you feel about being in this house after what you just heard?
You go way back
feel?
with this house.
He's with me, bro.
Is
it weird that I feel comfortable?
And oh, you should tell them the Moth story.
You can bless the house all you want.
Bro, me and him were destined to meet each other. You have no idea. Tell them the Moth story.
He was telling me about moths. I didn't know about like moths meaning death. Yeah. Before X died, I opened up the front door, and like in between the front door and the screen door, there was a moth, and it was weird, you know. And like for some reason, it stuck my mind because I don't see moths there ever. Really.
Because there's no humidity there.
Yeah, it's like a weird.
You know what I think?
It was weird, so it stuck in my mind.
Saw that moth?
But I didn't even know that was. I saw it.
Okay.
I didn't know until like you told me like the story that you saw.
A day before, right? That happened to him because his happened the morning of.
No. It was like actually a couple days before. I thought
Day
it was
before, so
day.
mine was a day before his.
But it wasn't.
Mine was a day before his, right? So what happened was I saved a stray dog. Or not a stray dog. Some guy left a dog.
Oh, that's the dog.
Yeah. So the dog left a mess in the back seat because I grabbed it from the ground. You know, the grass and dirt went on the ditch.
Yeah.
So I get here, and me and another friend of mine, we get some Lysol wipes, and we clean the car. And as soon as I open the car door, there's a giant moth just circling around me and left. And I go, bro. And I'm like, you know, like, did you see the moth go around me? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you didn't think that was creepy? Do you know what that means? And he goes, no. And I'm like super skeptical. I'm like, bro, somebody around us is going to die. Someone we know is going to die. Or someone around us is already dead.
You're right, but listen.
It's only if you speak it into existence, bro. You're superstitious like that.
There's a sign.
Everything you speak.
No, but then I meet him and he says that, bro.
Now you heard the story, Bruno saying that a moth went around him and him knowing that somebody around him is gonna die or somebody around him has already died. And this happened a day before X passed away. Now, there are text messages on the internet that I do have up on the screen right here of X and Bruno talking the day before he passed away. X saying, "What's up, fam?" Bruno saying, "This girl gave me her head, come get it." X saying, "LOL, that looks lit." And Bruno saying, "Girl said you was supposed to get it, but you wasn't answering. Everything good? Question mark." And what's strange about this is that this may have been interlinked with the topic that Bruno was talking about right there. Bruno saying that he felt that moth giving negative energy and him reaching out to one of the people in his life, X, to understand if he's still on this earth. What's weird about all of this is the symbolism behind it, the small symbolisms that we do see. We seeing in a Baphomet symbol and then us seeing X raise to fame in such a short amount of time. Furthermore, us seeing the Moth story right there, how the moth really circled Bruno was really fundamental in X's understanding of occult knowledge, understanding of esoteric stuff that we do not see, and then him reaching out to him being scared of all of it. Now, what do I want to say with all of this? What is my true message with this Moth story? What I'm trying to say is this stuff is out there and this stuff is evident in our lives if we truly look for it. Looking into these stories, you see that yes, it may just be a coincidence. This may be a coincidence, that may be a coincidence, but at a certain point, we have to understand that it can't be a coincidence. It has to be a synchronicity. It has to be something that's so underlined into the fabric of time that it does exist and it is real. It's not just something that is out there for us. It's something that does truly exist in this universe. And when we think like that, we start to actually see what is out there for us. We start to actually see that yes, there are ways that the universe operates. There are laws to this universe. There are ways that we can push ourselves forward by doing things that may be unethical and may be esoteric out there in the sense of what they are. Now, through all this mumbo jumbo, what I'm really trying to say is that there are things out there that we do not understand with our eyes, we do not understand with our heads, and that there's science out there that doesn't back this kind of stuff, but it's still real, and we see that it's real through really focusing on it. We see that it's real because we see different circumstances of it showing up time and time and time again. That's why this Moth story I haven't really publicized. I feel weird listening to it. I feel weird because I'm like, yo, if that's actually something that's out there, that's some freaky stuff out there. That seems like some sci-fi stuff out there, and to look into. I know a lot of my religious followers will not believe it, and that's totally okay. To each their own. But I, to some degree, do believe this story, and to me it seems really, really scary when I do think about it. I don't want to fully delve into it and encapsulate myself into this story, but it does scare me and it hasn't been covered, so I really hope I brought some light into your day today and you did learn something more about it. Now, I can make a whole video if you want to learn more about X and his spiritual side and a lot of the stuff that isn't really talked about on the internet. I will talk about it here on this YouTube channel. That's why this is our safe space. That's why this is our place where we can talk about the things that we truly desire to talk about. I will continue to make videos as long as you guys enjoy watching them. Please let me know if you guys want me to do a full delve. I can do a full book video except from a spiritual aspect so you guys can learn more about him. him, and we can look into a lot of this demonic stuff that he did do. If you're interested in that, I can surely do that. And if you have any other video suggestion ideas for myself or for this YouTube channel, please let me know in the description below. Make sure you join the Discord, because in the Discord you can communicate with me one-on-one, communicate with other fans, as well as see some exclusive stuff that's not on here. So I love you guys. Thank you guys so much. My name is Blue Vanity. I make YouTube videos on here about X, hip-hop, and spirituality. I love you. Thank you. Keep growing and keep an eye out for things around you. You never know what you're going to see. I love you. Thank you, and take care.